Hello and welcome to Mandarines. My name is Melody and this is episode 26. You can find me on Instagram as bmandarines and mandarines on Ravelry. We also have a Ravelry group that you can find by searching the Mandarines group in the Ravelry tab. So yeah, it hasn't been so long since I last recorded, so I'm trying to get back into a schedule and try to record more frequent episodes. So yeah, I just finished a cup of coffee. Terrible coffee, very bitter. And I don't usually drink coffee in the morning. I try to drink it after lunch. But these past few days, I'm really tired, so I need extra energy. So this week, today is Wednesday, so last week, or since I last recorded, I've done a lot of knitting. I've done some personal knitting, selfish knitting, and work knitting. So yeah, I really like when I get some time in the evening to knit for myself. So yeah, I'm going to show you that in a second. And last Wednesday, I met my friend Ita, and we spent the afternoon in the loveliest coffee shop. It's more a tea house, really, in the old town, and we sat for a couple of hours and we chat about knitting. Obviously, both of us were working on socks. She was knitting this beautiful pair of socks out of Latvian wool, so really beautiful. The yarn that she was using it's quite traditional, and it's a gradient yarn. So for socks, it's quite rustic, but for socks, I think it's really lovely. And she uses the socks as house slippers, and she told me that she wears them at home as sleepers, but as soon as she gets out, she has these very cute little boots, and she wears the slippers / socks in the boots. So it was just really lovely, and we chatted about just, I know, philosophy and things that are happening in Latvia. My dreams are coming back to France, and just a lot of things like that. It's just always so lovely to chat with her, and just spend time together, because we have so many things in common apart from knitting. And I think that we have really similar opinions on many things. So it's just lovely to have someone that you can chat about all of the things. So that was last Wednesday. I haven't had a lot of time to spend time in the city, and in the summer I usually go more often, but in the winter, especially when the snow is melting, it's nice where I live because there's a lot of people, but I'm surrounded by nature, so it's not that gross, if you will, when the snow melts, compared to the city where the pavement is like, it's so slippery, and you just want to spend time indoors, really. So yeah, so I'm going to show you, I actually have 4 finished objects, but I can only show you 2 at this point. One has been sent away. The second one has to be reblocked, and I have 2 finished objects that I can show you. So if you remember last time we chatted, I was in some kind of sock fancy, if you will, and I think that I was about to turn the heel. I don't remember exactly, but that same evening, I think I finished a sock, or the night after that. And then I just took a bit of time during my lunch breaks to knit a little bit, and I have a pair of socks finished. I've been wearing them a lot, and I remember this morning to set them aside and not actually wear them because I wanted to show them to you before they're completely ruined by the extra wearing. So I'm going to show you they're not perfect by any means. For some reason, I'm much better at picking up stitches on one side, and the other side is more problematic. So it's very weird because it's the same on both socks. So I guess I need to find a tutorial and see how I can pick up stitches on that specific side. So I did a one by one twisted rib for the cuff, then just plain knitting. The heel is Eye of Patridge, I think it's called, but it creates this beautiful lattice effect on the heel. Then I did a rounded heel. I think it's called French heel as well, and it fits like really, really well. And then just simple kitchen stitch. I don't know, decreases on the heel, and same for this one. And I'm going to show you. Yeah. So this is the more okay side, and this one is just terrible. Here you can see, and I did the exact same thing on both sides. I picked them up and I knit them through the back loop to try to avoid holes, but I have like these very long stitches. So yeah, and it's the same thing on this side as well. Yeah. And here it's more neat. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but they fit great. So yeah, it's fine. I mean, I'm not looking at my toes the whole day long, and they might not be as durable as socks that wouldn't have this defect, but I don't really mind. It's kind of my first pair for myself, so it's totally fine, and I'm planning to knit a couple more, so then I will be able to switch and wear different pairs. So yeah, I cannot really say that I enjoy knitting socks. I think the part that I like is obviously to see the color change. I think that I would be really, really bored with a plain color. And yeah, when I'm commuting or when we're watching something on TV, and obviously there's no way I could watch TV and not knit. It's just, I don't know, like I need all the time to have my brain and my hands, they need to be doing something. If like I'm just doing something with my hands and my brain doesn't function, or if I'm doing something with my brain and my hands are not touching something or whatever, it's weird. So what was my point? So yes, I think I would be maybe a bit bored if they wouldn't have any color changing. And the part that I love the most is the heel, doing the heel flap, and I love heel turn. It's so much fun. So much fun that I forgot to do it on the second sock. I just finished the heel flap, and I just picked up stitches around and started to decrease. And in my head, I just thought that was the fastest sock ever. Yes, it was. I just forgot to turn the heel. So I had to correct that and turn it. So yeah, that's done. And the wool is Bergère de France Gummy in the Imprime Beige colorway. You can find it on loveknitting.com. Then I finished my own pair of Woodland Tails mittens. So I'm really pleased with how they turned out. This pair has been completely inspired by Lee, who's Lee Side Knits on Instagram. I like to call her the queen of mittens because she's always knitting the most beautiful mittens. And she just came out with this gorgeous colorwork, very simple colorwork and lace, finger lace mitten pattern. It's free. I will try to include a picture right here so you can check it out. And I think it would be a really good project to use stashed yarn. So I knit this pair out of Canadian yarn. It's from Cottage Craft, which is a fiber mill in Canada. And this is the copper colorway, not lobster, copper colorway. And I knit them quite fast, really, because the pattern was originally written for DK weight, and this one, the yarn that I'm using right now is worsted weight. I just went down a needle size and it works perfectly well. So this is how they look. Very cute, and they will be perfect for spring. Spring should come very soon, so I will be able to wear lacy mittens. So yeah, I'm super happy with them. I think they turned out really well. Super cute. And I have a pair for myself at last because I knit a couple of pairs. One for my mom. I knit a couple of samples, and yeah, I think that I've been knitting this pattern quite a bit, and I have my own pair at last, so really pleased about that. Another project that I finished that has been sent away is a new design pattern for the next issue of 6-Bit Storybooks, which would come out in May, I believe. And then I have my Moonlight Garden Shawl that is finished as well. I took pictures and things, and I was working on writing down the pattern this morning, so I will be sending the PDF to the test knitters. Yeah. Another thing, a couple of podcasts ago, I mentioned this beautiful Wyoming wool that my mom brought me back from Wyoming. And I used up one skein already out of the 2 that she gifted me. So for the project that I have in mind, I think that I need at least 3 skeins. So thank you so much for all of you who got in touch with me, sending me PMs on Ravelry and emails, telling me where I could find the yarn, and the recommendation, the yarn shop that was recommended is the actual yarn shop that my mom visited. So I contacted them and I ordered one more skein of the I think it's a Bobcat range of packers. So I don't know which of the 2 is the newest one, but I have 3 skins right now, and I'm super chuffed because it's just probably the most beautiful alpaca yarn that I've ever seen. It's natural, it's undyed, and that's gonna be stunning for the project that I have in mind. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah, I will probably be working on that this afternoon, once I will have edited the podcast and put it on YouTube. So that's for stash enhancement. Then I have this big box of yarn. All of this yarn comes from the Isle of Purbeck in the UK. And over the past few months, I've been working with a couple of ladies and Sue Hall, who's the owner of the Isle yarn, and we've been working together to create the spring colors of the Isle yarn. So yeah, I don't think I have the samples around, but basically we've been sent a couple of samples each, probably 10 or 15 different colors, and we had to select a couple of them, maybe four colors that we like the most, and just yeah, create the color palette for the spring collection. And I'm so happy with the way it turned out. I'm always drawn to the same palette. I love muted colors, soft colors, pinks, not bright pinks, but I like, copper pink or very light pink, purple, and just I don't know, muted colors. I don't like anything that is too bright. It's way out of my comfort zone. And the palette for the spring collection is just stunning. There's a lilac over here. It's a mix of gray and lilac, I think. And there's a bit of pink inside. I don't know if you can see. It's just stunning. Then there's this more purple. And then there is blue over here. And you can see that in all of the yarns, there's this darker shade, grayish shade that is just absolutely stunning. And the gray over here. And there's the natural. And this palette is just so stunning. I put them all together in the basket because I just really wanted to get inspired, and I just keep it next to me on the desk over here, and when I'm working I just can see the color palette and get inspired. And 2 evenings ago I was actually watching something, and I was knitting, and I also had sticky notes next to me, and I started to sketch and just imagine what I could do with these 3 colors together, because I think that could make something absolutely stunning. So I was thinking of a shawl to incorporate some color work, but shawls and color work is a bit tricky because shawls are work flat, so it means that there's a purling section if I want to work in stockinette, and purling and color work is I'm not quite there yet. So I'm still thinking of what I could make with that, but just I'm really inspired by the palette. So you can find the yarn on isleyarns.com. I will include links in the show notes on Ravelry. So the yarn is available in 100 gram skeins and 50 gram balls. And I believe that there's not a lot of colorway left. I think that a lot of things are sold out already. So and you might not see that today. That depends on when I upload the podcast on YouTube, or when YouTube decides to upload the podcast, because it usually takes quite a bit of time. So I'm having a giveaway on my blog until Wednesday, so today, midnight, Riga time, to win these 2 balls of aisle yarn. So I'm gonna have some tea. I guess that's it for the knitting. Yeah, as I said, I knit a lot, but out of the 4 finished projects, I can only show you 2. So that's it for the knitting for this week. Then I was in the city on Monday, actually. On Monday, I was working from a coffee shop, and then I had lunch. And before lunch, I just needed to buy some tofu and something in organic shop. So I bought some tea. I got the Puka 3 Tulsi. That's the one that I'm drinking right now. Then I have Puka Relax. It's organic chamomile, fennel, and marshmallow root. And I was just craving for licorice. I love licorice. And I only managed to buy, it was licorice and cinnamon from Puka. And I only managed to buy it once. And I went back to the shop a couple of times, and it's always sold out. Or I don't know if they placed an order or something, but I cannot find it. So yeah. Then I have green tea from Yogi Tea, green chai, sorry. Atem tea from Yogi Tea. And the last one is sweet chai from Yogi Tea. And what I like to do with Puka and Yogi Tea, and if I see any other organic tea, is I always, when I don't know what to buy, or if there's something that I haven't tried and I want to make sure that it's something good, I usually try to see if there's great taste logo, and they rate the teas from 1 star to 3 stars. And usually I try to get one that has at least 1 star, so I know that it's supposedly good. Just a little tip. Then I think that I mentioned last time that we bought some organic tea from Japan, and I don't think that I've shown you what came with the tea, because we not only like drinking tea, but we also like teaware a lot. So we bought this beautiful handmade in Japan traditional matcha tea bowl. This is how it looks. It's really, really big, and I don't know how the material is called in English. In French, it's grès, but it's the same material as this one, actually. This one was made in France by Laurence Labbé in Strasbourg. So this is French pottery, but it's the exact same material, and her work is really inspired by Japanese pottery, wabi-sabi philosophy, very minimalist and clean, the kind of design that I like very, very much. And yeah, this one is, as I said, handmade in Japan, and it's perfect for matcha. Because when you drink matcha tea, you need it's a powder form, and you need this special whisk to blend the powder in a bit of water and make a paste. And this tool is traditional as well. It's handmade with bamboo, and you whisk like very firmly to create a foam for the matcha. And I think that this material is really important as well, because you want to avoid, thick pieces of matcha. So the material is quite rough on the sides and on the bottom and inside and outside. So I think that it really helps to create a really smooth texture, very silky texture. And to measure the amount of matcha that you need for 1 cup, usually use, it's not a teaspoon, but it's this really unique bamboo tool. It's handmade as well. It's some kind of, I think it's a matcha spoon, really. And you take 2 spoonfuls of matcha tea, and then you have to sift it, make a paste, and then you add water over it, and it's just delicious. We've been enjoying matcha tea on Sunday morning. It's our new routine. It takes a bit of time to make matcha tea, or not really to make it, but just enjoying the process of drinking matcha tea. And usually we don't only drink matcha tea, we have, sencha and pu'er sometimes, different types of tea, and the whole, I don't want to say ceremony because it's not a ceremony by any means, but just the process of enjoying the tea. It's not like a tea bag that you can drink as you're working. We have the Chinese tea table where you have the teapot and you pour water over the teapot. So I think it's a different philosophy. You need to take the time to enjoy drinking tea. So yeah, it's our Sunday morning routine. I usually knit, or we chat, or we read a book, or just spend time together and just forget about the time. We can spend 2-3 hours just enjoying tea and just being together and spending time together, and it's just really, really lovely. And I'm always looking forward to Sunday mornings and repeating this routine. So that's it for the tea. Then garden notes. So the oak forest has grown quite a bit lately. I think last time they were still in these little glasses, and I put 2 of them in bottles like this. You can see. You can see the roots are strong. It's becoming. The leaf is like quite large. There is another one growing and another one growing here, and a tiny baby one over here. And my friend Ita told me that the roots, she could see that the roots are quite strong and developed. So she told me that the plant needs more nutrients. So last time that we meet, she actually brought me some soil. So I'm doing a little experiment, if you will. I'm trying to see what will grow the best at this point. I have two of them are growing in water, and I have this one that I replanted in this beautiful terracotta pot with soil. And I can see that, yeah, it's quite strong. I think that the roots are finding a new home and enjoying all of the good stuff that is in the soil. And I can see on the junctions of, I don't know, the stem that there's like maybe new leaves, or I don't know if it's branches already that are growing. Um, but it's just so much fun. Every morning, that's the first thing that I do. I wake up, I pour myself a glass of water, and then I inspect the growth, what happened during the night, and I like to move them from different spots of the house. Windowsills over here, and on the other side, on the table, and I just like to be surrounded by plants and flowers. So yeah, this is so much fun. I'm just a little bit concerned that if it grows too much, my plan is to bring them back with me to France eventually. So I just don't know how to bring them back in the plane. Is that, can I even do that? So yeah, I'm excited to see them growing, but I don't want them to grow too fast because then it means that I won't be able to bring them back with me. So yeah. Anyway, I think that's it for this week. It's close to 12. I'm not hungry yet, but I have a lot of work to do. So it just takes a lot of time to edit the podcast, just to, cut sections if I ever sneeze or things like that. So yeah, it takes a lot of time to edit, and then it takes forever to upload on YouTube. So I will try my best to have the podcast uploaded today. And yeah, I wish you a beautiful end of the week. Can I say that? It's Wednesday. A beautiful week. And yeah, I will chat with you very soon again. Bye.